Okay, How the Grinch Stole Christmas Party Edition by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just up north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was two sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart were shoes. He stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And hanging their stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow's Christmas. It's practically here.
Then he growled with his grinchy fingers nervously drumming.
I must find a way to stop Christmas from coming.
For tomorrow he knew. All the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They rushed to their toys.
And then, ooh, the noise! Oh, the noise! The one thing I hate, the noise!
And the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd
feast. Now feast on Who pudding, a rare Who roast beast, which is something that I cannot stand in the least. Oh no, I'm speaking in rhymes.
And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ring. They stand hand in hand, and the Who would start singing.
They sing, and they sing, and they sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought.
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? I mean, wait.
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Ho 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 ho!
That's okay.
You will be one, Mr. Grinch. Long and ill.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and as charming as you, Mr. Grinch.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black teeth.
Your heart's an empty hole. I asked for 4 quarters, not for 8. Stay focused.
Oh God!
While that tender tooth is
I'm a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given the choice between you, I'd take that.
Seasick crocodile! Okay. Continue, please.
All I need is that's you.
Oopsie. All I need is a reindeer.
With that, but the Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
so he called his dog Max, then he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head.
All right. Here's an motivation. You're a reindeer. Your name's Rudolph. You have a freak with the window, and nobody likes you. One day, Santa picks you, and you say Christmas. Don't forget that part. Well, let's just keep it hooty goosey. You hate Christmas. You're gonna steal it. Save your Christmas to the mouth ending. Way too commercial. Continue.
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max.
Come here, Max.
And then the Grinch said,
Giddy up.
and the sleigh started down towards the homes of the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square,
I'll go to Whoville, Max.
this is stop number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Anyway, the old Grinchy claws hissed, and he climbed the roof, empty bags in his fist. And then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck on me once, for a moment or two.
Watch this woolly waist go straight to my hips.
Then he stuck his head out the fireplace flue.
A little more stealth, please.
What are the Who's stockings all hung in the row?
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first thing to go.
Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk into the icebox.
Slunk.
He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last kind of Who hash. And then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now
Grinned the Grinch.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound, like a call of a dove. Call! He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou, who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Hey, go on. You can read this here."
Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, the old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick.
Oh, my sweet little tot.
Fake Santa Claus died.
There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the child, and he patted her head, and he got her a drink and sent her to bed.
Nice kid.
It's empty.
Badges of character.
And when Cindy Lou went up with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. And the last thing it took was a log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for other Who mouses. It was dawn. All the Who's still abed. All the Who's still snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsels, the trimming, the trappings, and all that junk. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it.
That was so bad, wasn't it, Max? Hoo-hoo to the who!
He's Grinch'sly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They'll be waking up now, and I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two. Then all the Who's down in Whoville will all cry. Boo! Oh! That's the noise
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded merry. It couldn't be so. But it was merry. Merry. Anyone hear that? He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
Shocking!
Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any present at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came.
Somehow or other it came just the same.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch ice-cold feet in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
Could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, buckets, or bags.
And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something.
Sorry, what?
I said, then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas
He thought.
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
And then what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew three sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast.
Yeah! Oh, thank you very much!